Now, he has been an integral part of quite a few companies. Co-founded FabMart, one of the pioneers of Fab Mall, has been the CEO of India Skills, served as a country head at Planet Asia, and began his career with Wipro as a business head. Co-founder, CEO of BigBasket.com. Good morning, Hari Menon, and welcome to Offsite. It is so good to have you with me.
Good morning.
So how's the journey been? I mean, I'm sure everybody wants to hear from BigBasket.com because all we see is, you know, your quick deliveries, and you have expanded also your business, your startup to many, many cities in the country as well. So how has the journey been?
When we started in '99, there was so much of excitement about the internet then, and everybody was saying that's the next thing that's going to happen. And so we launched this company called FabMart.com. The first category that we launched was music. Started with cassettes and added books and a whole lot of that stuff. But within a year we realized that it was really lot more noise than transactions that were taking place on the internet then. The internet speeds were really slow. People are using dial-up lines. There was no concept of broadband. People are scared to use the credit card. And actually within a year we realized that this is not kind of going too far. And we pivoted quickly and started a grocery chain, and then there was no looking back.
Right.
So the same set of founders, after we did a couple of things in between, came back in 2011 when actually the ecosystem had become a lot better. Right. Players like Flipkart, players like Snapdeal, etc. were actually, there were a lot of transactions happening. People are actually using the internet a lot to buy. Right. So I think the ecosystem had arrived, and that's one of the best things that happened, and and we got in. So we started in Bangalore. We belong here, so we thought it was easier. Friends, family, you just kind of shoot off mails to people saying try us. And December 2011 is when we launched the site, and since then there's really been such an exciting journey. We've built the company today in about we are almost 5 years now. We're in 25 cities, growing very rapidly. We're 12,000 people, and pretty much the largest in the space. So.
Awesome! That's quite a journey. I have to applaud you. Yes, so coming to the downfall then, I was going to come to that. So sure. I'm sure you've had a point in your journey that went like, oh, am I doing the right thing? Should I be continuing doing this? Do you think I'm going to, make money, or what am I going to do? Do I have to shut shop? What was that downfall?
One element that has kept us awake, right through, is the fact that, almost 75% of our workforce, is actually, I hate using this term, but in the absence of anything, I have to use it, is a blue-collar workforce, right?
Yeah.
The people that we have who basically deliver to customers, right? And they are the face to our customer, because customer orders on the internet. They don't even see you, right?
Absolutely.
People who are being spoken to are people who are on the call center on the other side. The people who are picking and packing products in my warehouse are my pickers, my fruits and vegetable packers, etc.
Right.
And what worries us a lot is that we just don't get stability as far as numbers are concerned with that workforce. And our business is so people dependent today, because we are yet to get automation in a big way, because one way that you can actually get over it is to really automate heavily, right? And while we'll do that over a period of time, we're still going to be dependent on people for a long time to come. And this 12,000 will very soon become 100,000 people that we'll have, and they come from difficult backgroungs. They haven't seen corporate life, per se.
So it becomes a challenge.
So it's a huge challenge actually retaining them, motivating them, keeping them going, etc., etc. So that's one big issue that we keep worrying about.
Yeah, so it's not really a downfall, but yeah, it's a constant, if I can make a better face to a person, a customer. Yeah, because I'm always online. I mean, shopping for clothes and other items. And yeah, you want to have a pleasant person at the end of the day when they deliver your goods.
Yeah, so, what's important is that the first delivery the person makes is about 7 in the morning. So he comes into, into our setup by about 6:15, 6:30.
Right.
Does a quick huddle. And just imagine, we expect them and we want them to go and deliver that first order with a smile.
Right.
And they come from difficult backgrounds, so you don't know what they've gone through.
Absolutely.
And it's a challenge.
I love that you actually think about them as well, because most of the time when you're running a business, these little minute details really makes a difference to your employees as well.
I must tell you that we're really focusing a lot on it, because we we understand what they go through, right? We understand the pains they must be going through in their respective families, homes, whatever. So one of the things I must share is that the one thing that we did a couple of years back is set up a trust separately, actually. And what this trust does is actually takes care of education for members of their family. So it's not the person's the employee's education, but if he's got a brother at home whom they can't afford to educate, we actually fund that.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And so that's additional income that that's available to the family. And
that's brilliant.
So we've done things like this as we go along. We'll do many things. We'll do lots of things, but it's still something that keeps us awake.
Yeah. Questions we all want to find out. I mean, at the radio station and listeners and everyone is: do you order from BigBasket.com?
Of course I do.
What do you order?
Well, I order everything. So everything that we need from rice, pulses, dal, sugar, spices, everything. Actually, everything. Toiletries, fruits and vegetables.
Really? Okay.
So between me and my wife, earlier we used to make a list at home, and my wife would go to the store and buy it. Now we do it independently. So I buy my stuff, she buys the stuff. So we buy practically everything that BigBasket sells.
Okay, that's awesome. It's nice to hear that the founder himself does all of these things. So can as a person, as a lay person, get a voucher for life?
Right now, if you come in, you'll find lots of vouchers. You'll find lots of discounts, lots of stuff, lots of excitement happening.
All right, super. The excitement has made me think. Now I need to be a BigBasketeer, which comes to the question of Shah Rukh Khan being your ambassador. We have so many actors, so many personalities. Why did you pick him?
So you know what, when we were actually all sitting together, we were trying to tell ourselves what does BigBasket stand for, right? From a customer standpoint, and so obviously there were very obvious things that came that you have to be very, very consistent, right? You have to be you're seen as a very serious player because you're delivering grocery, you're delivering stuff that you need, and if you mess up there, then everything in the house gets messed up. You have to be seen as somebody whom people can trust. And one name that came consistently across was Rahul Dravid.
Okay.
Because he stood for everything really that BigBasket meant.
Stands for,
right? Yeah. Trustworthy, consistent. He's called the Wall.
Bangalore boy.
Bangalore boy, yes, of course. But the one thing that we were a little worried about is that finally our customer is the lady at home, right?
Okay. Oh, I know where you're getting with this.
And I get beaten up for this many times because when I go to places and talk about this, women who come and almost beat me up because one of the things we got worried about is that the lady at home doesn't relate to cricket, right? And this is when I get beaten up because a lot of women do, but many don't, right? And so that was one concern that we had. The choice was because our customer base is not really the very young people, right? It is typically 23, 24 years and above.
Yes.
And it was 23, 24 years, till about 40 years, till some time back. Now that 40 has become almost 60. And so we're looking at somebody who will actually relate to a very wide age group like this. And that one name that came to us was Shah Rukh Khan.
I found, which is truly amazing, is we both share the love of music. And since you said, you'd like to just chill out and you can catch you in a little space about music, and you jam with your 3 sons, I know that, and the most popular choice of the song is Hotel California by the Eagles. So I want you to tell me, how did all this happen? I mean, like, how does music run in your veins and you are running BigBasket.com?
So, I started playing the guitar when I was, I think, in my 7th or 8th standard. So
okay,
for some reason I, felt that it's an easy instrument to pick up and learn, and it is actually. So when I went into Bits Pilani, which was in 1979, we quickly had some like-minded people, and we formed a group finally. So we had a group
called the Thunk.
Okay. Yeah. And you know what the Thunk means?
No, I wanted to find out. Yeah.
So Thunk, I don't know what it means. So
thanks for that.
So we were just sitting, all of us, 5 of us, in a Skylab, which is an open lawn, and having some chai, and so we were saying, what should we call ourselves? So everybody, we were all telling ourselves, think. Suddenly somebody says Thunk. It just caught on.
Yeah.
And we said Thunk, good name. So that was the name.
And that's when it happened. So why have you given up on playing the guitar? Do you still play the guitar?
Yeah, so I play not as often.
Yeah.
Because I fundamentally don't get time. I play when my children are here.
Right.
All of them have taken to classic rock. Right?
Nice.
fantastic actually.
Nice,
so I
nice.
couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Because new age music, I
You're an old timer, so obviously you love the classic.
A lot of gray hair and so I like all the old classics, and all three of them just took to it so quickly that it made life easy. And so I had my eldest guy who plays the guitar, and he sings very well. My second guy plays the guitar, croaks, he doesn't sing too well. And my third guy took the drums.
Okay.
So we've got a full music room at home.
Band.
We've got all the equipment at home.
Okay.
And when they are around, I end up playing.
Okay.
I end up playing, on weekends, once in a way. But what I do now is karaoke a lot.
Okay.
So it's so much easier that, I just go switch it on and, pick up the music I want and just sing my heart out. Because I was the singer of the band right through. So
right.
I used to essentially sing, and that's what I love doing.
Do it. And I feel like your entire family is a very artistically inclined, musically inclined, because your wife Shanti is a Mohiniyattam dancer.
Yeah.
That is lovely. Does she still practice? She's
she practices. She does at least about 3 to 4 programs a year.
Okay.
So she's still in touch, and she's pretty good at it. So yes, you're right. So we've got lots of music.
Lots of music.
Art happening at home.
Yeah, we finished with music, and I know you had to speak about cricket because you're an avid cricket lover, a fan. So, do you play cricket?
Yes, I used to play a lot of cricket. Played for school, played for college, played at bits. So I used to play a lot of cricket, and I just love that game. All formats of that game. In fact, don't mind watching 5 days of a test match, because I think that's the purest form of the game. Life member at the Karnataka Cricket Association.
Right, yes.
And you know what I do? There are Sundays that I go there and just sit on the stand and watch a league match.
Okay.
For about an hour or two.
Wow.
It just kind of de-stresses me completely.
Yeah, and speaking about de-stress, this is a quote from you. And you say, I typically shut the door of my cabin and listen to my favorite songs while working, especially during data crunching, because we're speaking about de-stressing. So what does that do to you? Do you think, music helps in a stressful situation?
Absolutely.
Does it help your employees as well? I mean, do you let them listen to a little bit of music to de-stress?
So we do on the last day of every month, we actually have a birthday party.
Okay.
So all the birthdays of the month is celebrated on the
Oh,
last
that's
day of the
something
month.
that we have common in Indigo. We do that the same.
And every second such occasion, we actually, there's my colleague and co-founder Ramesh brings his karaoke system.
Oh wow!
And we actually have 2 hours of just music with everybody. So people come sing.
Outstanding.
And listen to us. They sing themselves.
So we're going to have a little game right now. You can see that bowl in front of you. So there are quite a few chits. Some have questions. Some are empty. So I'm sure you're keeping your fingers crossed, hoping that it'll be empty. But I'm going to give you 3 tries. So no matter whether it's empty or there's a question, you need to pick 3 chits. Are you game?
Sure.
He's already going for it. All right, let's start with the first one.
If you were an Olympic athlete, would you rather have a vada pav or lasagna? Right?
Yeah. And whichever you pick, so whether you pick vada pav or lasagna,
which you choose, which option you choose, explain the connection between them.
Yeah, that means Olympics and either vada pav and lasagna.
Oh my God, the connection bit is tough.
Tricky.
But absolutely vada pav.
Okay.
I'm a Bombay bred guy. Lived there for almost 20 plus years.
Okay.
And vada pav was staple diet.
Yes,
staple
that's true.
diet. Even now, when I go to the Bombay airport, I come out of the airport and there is a Shiv Sagar. And I'm people should do this. And I go across and I pick up 2 vada pavs for my drive either to the hotel or to a meeting.
Okay.
And I polish those 2 vada pavs and really energizes me.
Okay.
And Goli vada pav is one of my favorite joints in Bangalore.
So what would be the connection between vada pav and Olympics then?
Ouch, this is a tough one. So I don't know what the connect between the two is. The speed at which I probably eat the vada pav.
There you go. You've done it. You've done it. All right. Chit number 2. Is it blank? Do you have a question?
What would you do if you woke up as your assistant and your assistant as your boss?
Yes.
I don't know. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because I don't have an assistant. Right?
Really?
I don't have an assistant. And
okay.
You know what? One of the things that all us founders have done through our entire journey is that we've never had a secretary. I've never had an assistant.
Is there a reason behind this?
The reason is that, at the pace at which we really move, right, I'm not too sure whether the assistant will actually really be able to keep up pace.
Okay.
Fundamentally, I think technology has made life so easy.
That
per
is true.
se, right? I just manage my calendar myself. And just imagine if I have to kind of modify it, tell people, I just don't, we just haven't had the need to have somebody who's kind of going to do this for you. And it's something that we have, very proudly been telling people that, and that's true with all our founders, right?
Okay.
It's true with all management, teams in our office. We have a travel desk. You need somebody to help you with the travel. So we said we should have a travel desk so that I can just call that person and get my tickets booked. My appointments I manage myself because all I do is system is there. I know what I'm supposed to do. I can say yes, I can say no. And we also realized that that's one more appraisal to write.
I didn't expect that. So you've actually stumped me on that one.
And especially when you think you don't need it. So.
Yeah, that is true. Fair enough. All right, one final chit from you. No assistance now for Hari.
That's a blank one.
That's a blank. So, okay, that was well done. So you survived the little chits of the bowl. So what are the 3 words that define life or you and why?
Yeah, so what defines life for me is this 3 words called just do it.
Okay.
Right, and while it's stolen from from Nike and and stuff like that, so it actually that relates to me a lot. In a startup world, in the entrepreneurial world, you don't have too much time to think.
Yeah.
Right, and when you have to, when you thought of something, you really have to do it and move fast, right, quickly, because you got to execute quickly, because there could be somebody else who could come up with the idea, and you got to launch in the market fast. So when you think of an idea, you if you kind of spend time on it, you literally kill it. There'll be death. So that's why I like this 3 words called just do it. And, if you find something good, just do it.
Just do it. All right, there you have it. So the 3 people that have influenced your life or choices, basically any 3 people that you would like to meet in heaven or even here. Why are we even going to heaven? So 3 people that's influenced you in your life.
So there are 2 people that have always looked up to in terms of what they've done. One is of course a gentleman that we've already talked about, which is my father-in-law, and for the reasons that he's kind of completely changed the shape of a city, changed the shape of a lot of things actually, and it wasn't easy, for a lot of the stuff that he did. So so he's one person whom I really look up to, which is Dr. Sridharan.
Yes.
The second person who's always been somebody that I've adored and looked up to is Steve Jobs. Apple has been a phenomenal story, and in spite of Microsoft and everything that they were doing, and probably growing and larger and more number of people, he just stuck to what his core was, which is innovation, right?
Yes.
So which is really innovating on products, and the kind of stuff that came out of that stable were just amazing.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
I mean, there cannot be another Steve Jobs.
Yeah. So actually, these are the 2 people. I can't really
think of
a third. Yeah.
Fair enough. So a book or probably even leaders that have inspired you or you look up to?
Yeah. So one book that I keep recommending to people it's a book by Jeffrey Moore, and it's called Crossing the Chasm. Crossing the Chasm. So it's a very interesting book that entrepreneurs and startup entrepreneurs should actually read, which essentially tells you that when you start a business, you get very excited with the first set of customers that come to you.
Yeah.
And those set of customers are actually early adopters, and they will come and adopt anything and everything because they are people who like to grab new things. Right?
Correct.
And they are not necessarily the set of people who build businesses for you. And then what happens is you need to cross this chasm, right?
Yeah.
Which is the most difficult part of a business. And then when you cross that chasm, you start becoming a steady state business, right? And crossing that chasm has many elements to it, as to how you do it, what you should do to cross that chasm, what do customers on the other side look for in a stable setup. And this book really describes it well.
All right. And a leader that you look up to, or even a personality that you look up to, other than your father-in-law, of course.
Yeah. I think it's our current Prime Minister, Narendra Modi. I think he's doing some phenomenal stuff, and I'm really hoping that they get another term. He gets another term. At least he's there, because to bring changes in this country, actually, I think requires time, right? And I think the things that he's doing across the board, bringing in transparency, bringing in a lot of new things.
Yeah.
I'll give you one example, right? Till now there was so much, absolutely no focus on this whole thing called skill development or vocational training. He did such a phenomenal job around that when he was Chief Minister of Gujarat. And now he actually has a minister who's dedicated to that for that portfolio, which is phenomenal, because the country today desperately needs vocational training, needs vocational training institutes, needs skill development. China became what it is today because they focused on that, and they became a large manufacturing power. So he's one leader whom I admire.
All right, awesome. So thank you so much. It was an absolute pleasure, absolute honor, and now I'm going to be on your list of bigbasket.com very soon.
Thank you so much.
Yes.